fight back.
Then what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When West Virginia is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Make some noise, y'all!
So what you just saw is footage of a group doing the coal Baron Blockade. Basically, a group of activists being willing to, indeed being arrested while blockading the coal company that has made Senator Joe Manchin incredibly wealthy. And we know that Joe Manchin, perhaps more than any other individual right now, is stopping the US government from dealing head on with the climate crisis that we are being faced with. And state police almost immediately began arresting people. I think we have a little bit of footage of that actually. So there, at least 10 people. I've seen different numbers elsewhere, at least 10 people being arrested. And think about the inequality you have right here. These are people that are desperately fighting against the use of coal, fossil fuels for a number of different reasons. In terms of health, obviously the pollution is really bad in terms of the climate and all that, but also to fight against the political corruption that we know exists. Meanwhile, Joe Manchin is off on a yacht somewhere, making $500,000 on average a year, specifically from coal. He makes way more, but specifically from the coal that they're protesting, $500,000. It's a hell of a system we've got here, Francesca.
Yeah, driving his Maserati through Sunrise Movement organizers and telling people off the back of his yacht as they're, this is not the first time. And I'm hats off to these 16 people who are arrested and to everyone who dares stand up. You're doing more than the Democrats have been doing against Joe Manchin because we're so afraid to hurt his little fifis. We're so afraid that he's gonna walk away. We can't play hardball. All these centrists in the House are super scared, / he's running cover for their ultimate corporate agendas. When the New York Times sounds the alarm on something, everything is on fire. So New York Times talking about Joe Manchin's conflict of interest and the fact that he has greased his political career with coal and fossil fuels for decades. And the only difference now is that he is King Manchin. He's King Joe. He's the real President Joe, right? Like he is there blocking the Build Back Better bill, blocking any kind of climate legislation, and suddenly all of his conflicts of interest that he's managed to get away with for so long that have funded his lavish lifestyle and his complete arrogance and throwing West Virginians under the bus, suddenly we are all West Virginians. Suddenly we are all the people who are being screwed out because this fool is greedy. Not just this country, this entire planet. So, yes to this action and yes to thousands more.
Yeah, and by the way, one of the reasons I want to talk about this was to remind people, in case they missed it, that over this last week, there have been protests all over the world, which has received a little bit of coverage, but not nearly enough. We showed you footage of climate scientists, activists, and professors being arrested in downtown LA. For every one of the protesters who they'd chained themselves to stop access to a Chase. Chase does a lot of investment in fossil fuels. There were 2 dozen cops in full riot gear. This is how scary climate scientists are. And that happened, I think they said there was something like 1,000 different protests around the globe, country all over. And so this was part of this. And they are really standing up for a lot of different groups, including, by the way, coal workers. So they had signs there at that protest saying solidarity with all coal workers. And here's the thing, the other side right now that doesn't want to do anything with climate change, they will pretend as if they have the back of the coal workers, and these environmentalists just don't understand. But that could not be farther from the truth. First of all, when the coal workers go on strike, all those pro-fossil fuel people, where are they? Are they standing in solidarity with them there? No. And by the way, the coal industry does not employ a lot of people, partially because coal is not cost effective against renewable energy in the way that it used to be. And eventually, as it gets more and more unequal against renewable energy, what's gonna happen to those coal workers? You think Joe Manchin is gonna be fighting for them? No, they're gonna shut down the plant. They're gonna throw people to the side of the street. That's it. Whereas these environmental activists right now want a just transition. They want people to be trained to work in other industries, not only for their economic well-being, but also for their physical well-being. These are people that are still being abused and suffering physical side effects of the work that they do with coal. So I love this movement for so many reasons. I really hope people don't look away, that they know that this is going on.
And I hope more politicians stick it to Manchin. I hope they're not afraid to use these moments to throw down with activists, throw down with coal miners, throw down with communities that have been left hung out to dry. He hates it, and he's not gonna change his mind anyway. So why not just drive the knife in? Just needle him a little bit.
Exactly,
But there's a respectability politics so Democrats still participate in that is like, no, we can't. He might not sign the bill. He's not gonna sign the bill.
Exactly, and the crazy thing about the respectability politics is you can't do certain things, but other things totally cool. So for instance, calling Manchin out, declaring that he's corrupt, unacceptable, which is why so few do it. And when they do, we give them credit. AOC regularly points out how Manchin is corrupt and how that's influencing him stopping any sort of legislation that would deal with the climate crisis. But then you look at this, I'm gonna jump to the last screenshot. A poll of parents shows a 15-point swing to the GOP after Joe Manchin almost single-handedly killed the child tax credit. So ruining the political prospects of your party, dooming some candidates to lose rather than to remain in office, that's perfectly fine. You can do that. Actually showing you the screenshot we just did, that's more unacceptable because he is a respected senator and you should treat him with the decorum that he has deserved. Ridiculous politics we have.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.